What's up, everybody? Kip here with Omnia Fishing. We're back with another fun week of products that just hit the site. This week we've got a little bit of everything. We've got some clothing items, some terminal, some frogs, which we haven't seen in a little bit, and some soft plastics. So it's a fun week. I'm going to start with the clothing and work our way to terminal, and then we'll finish up with the soft baits. But what just showed up not too long ago is the new Simms Vapor Elite bibs and jacket. So what's cool about the Vapor Elite is this is going to sit price-wise in between the Challenger and the Pro Dry. So it's around 350 bucks. It's designed to be a lighter weight rain suit that you can wear in the heat of the summer and not overheat. Still keep you dry if it happens to be raining. So another cool thing about this material that they're using is it is stretchy. So it's going to be super comfortable. I don't know if you can see that. It's gonna be super comfortable for all day wear, and you're not gonna be overheating in the heat of the summer. This is a really cool suit from Simms. If you are in the market for a new rain suit, definitely check out the Vapor Elite. Moving on to some terminal tackle, we've got two items from Owner, Cultiva, and one from Picasso. Start with Owner. First up, we've got their all-purpose Snap X. Very familiar shape from their standard all-purpose snap. This one is just beefed up a little bit. I believe the biggest size we have is the 1.5. We've got it all the way up to the 3 in the standard snap, but these are beefed up. They've got a much heavier gauge wire. This 1.5 is rated up to 74 pounds. I can see this excelling for you swim bait guys, glide bait guys who might throw those smaller glides, maybe a Clutch Eco Glide or River to Sea S-Waver 168, and you want to throw a snap, but you don't want it to overpower the bait. This is one that I think will fit that scenario awesome. Next up from Owner, we've got their, I believe it's called Itty Snap, Ite Snap, something like that. But if it is Itty, that would be the right name for it because it is tiny. It's going to be tough for the camera to pick this up, but it's essentially just one clip with a little line tie on the end of it. Very similar to what we talked about a few weeks ago from VMC. And again, where I see this shining, they're advertising it as an all-purpose snap. You can use it on your lighter finesse stuff. I see this as an awesome way to retie a drop shot. I hate having your drop shot leader get shorter and shorter the more you have to retie, change weights. This will solve a lot of those issues. You tie this directly to the bottom leader of your drop shot rig, and you can interchange weights super quick and not have to shorten up that length. You can keep the length that you're wanting to throw on that drop shot. So another cool product from Owner. And lastly, in the terminal category, we've got a tungsten Nico weight from Picasso. The Nico rig has been sweeping the nation again with Easton's classic win, and Picasso took advantage and made a tungsten screw lock Nico weight. The screw lock is a favorite of mine. It just holds up in the plastic a little bit better. One tip, if you are using an Elastec plastic like a Z-Man worm or something like that, typically these don't work that well, but if you get it started on that barb and then heat up the coil a little bit, you can screw that Elastec bait down and it is locked in there for good. So cool little terminal tackle product from Picasso. Now let's move into some of the soft baits that we've got. We've got a bunch of them. Something that I'm excited about. Don't get a whole lot of frogs in all that often, but I love frog fishing. And these are two cool new offerings from Gambler, actually. They've got their standard walking frog. This happens to be in Killgill or Killer Gill, I believe. Killer Gill. And this is a popping style frog. And this is called just straight black. They've got some tinsel in their legs. Seems like your standard rubber skirt material. But one thing me and the warehouse guys noticed right away is these are super soft. In the standard walking version, it's got some holes in the top that's gonna release a little bit more air. And in the popping version, doesn't have that, but it is still ultra soft. These are armed with BKK frog hooks. I'm growing to be a pretty big fan of BKK terminal tackle, so a good quality hook in these. They also have some sort of silicone around where the hook comes out of the body of the frog. That is where most of the water is going to enter your frog, and they seem to have sealed that up a little bit. So I'll definitely be trying these out this summer, and I'll report back on what we find out about their durability. But cool new frogs from Gambler. Moving on to a new size in the Z2, same minnow shape that everyone's grown to love. This is just a downsized version, even of the baby Z2. This is a 3-inch Z2. So whether you're rigging it on a drop shot, you could throw a little jig head in there and stroll it, maybe a hover rig. These things are the deal. And if your forage is smaller, or maybe it's early in the spring, that forage hasn't grown up yet, this is the new 3-inch size, same Elastec plastic. So if you've been looking for a downsized version of the Z2, we've got it here for you. Moving on to 3 new products from Evergreen. We'll start with this one. This is the Gezi. This is a little bug style, creature style bait, reminiscent of kind of a hellgrammite or a cicada even maybe. But it's supposed to be a sinking plastic, so they're recommending you use a tiny little EWG style hook on this. I could also see, throwing a Ned rig on it or something, or throwing a Ned head on it or something like that. But you could either throw it on spinning tackle, weightless, or BFS for you BFS guys out there. But it's a sinking plastic. It's supposed to sink parallel to the water and kind of just shimmy its way down, and these legs are going to go crazy. So a cool new JDM style bait from Evergreen International. And these are coming in a 6-pack, all individually packaged. So these are going to be perfectly shaped right out of the package for you and ready to fish. So cool bait there from Evergreen. And finally, we have 2 new sizes in the last ace. We've got the 103 and the 75. The 75 to start out with is a slightly different shape than the 103 and the 128. It's got a little bit of a fin on the top there. I'm not sure how this is gonna roll, but profile-wise, it is perfect for imitating that smaller forage. So throw a jig head on this. You could drop shot it as well. This is gonna be a really good size profile for that young of the year forage. So excited about that one. And then this is one I've been really excited about, the Evergreen 103S, the 128. We've put it in the tank. We've shot some underwater footage with it, and it rolls like crazy. This is one of the more popular minnow style baits over in Japan. We've got it in a 103 size now. So again, if you want to downsize just a little bit, but still have that awesome rolling action, this 103 is going to be a killer. I'll definitely be trying it out this spring and even into the summer. So some really cool additions from Evergreen International. Everything that we talked about today is live on the site right now at omniafishing.com. Don't forget, if you are not already an Omnia Pro member, start saving on your tackle. Start a 7-day free trial. You get 10% back on all of your tackle purchases. You get exclusive map layers to help you catch more fish. And every now and again, we run some Pro member exclusive sales that you are not going to want to miss. So definitely check that out, and we will catch you next week.